What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here, so this is my movie review of Shrek. I was planning to review this movie for months now because this past summer marks the 20th anniversary of this movie. Shrek is one of my favourite movies growing up as a fan of film because I really like the Shrek movies throughout the 2000s. Shrek 1, Shrek 2, Shrek 3, and Shrek 4. Don't mind. I don't really seen this. I've seen a little bit of the spin-off movies like the Halloween film and the Christmas one. I've seen bits of the Puss in Boots film. That was decent. But I think Shrek kicked off the 3D animation part of DreamWorks because they've been doing like animated movies before Shrek. They did the 2D movies. They did the Prince of Egypt. There's one 2D DreamWorks movie. It's one of my favorites I saw. It's called The Road to El Dorado. That was a good movie. Very underrated movie. Road to El Dorado. Was it Kenneth Branagh, isn't it? He plays Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. He did, I think that Spirit. I don't mind that, and also that I don't like that. It's that Sinbad movie from 2003. That was DreamWorks' last 2D animated film they did. I don't think they did one ever since. They focus on doing 3D movies because again popular since Toy Story, the Toy Story movie from '95, and then Pixar started doing 3D movies. They never done a 2D anime movie. And then DreamWorks started to do it in the 2000s. After the first two Shrek movies, and then Shark Tale and beyond. So anyway, I heard they won an award in 2002. I think it was an Oscar or an Emmy, and there was you had Mike Myers and Eddie. I think it was Eddie Murphy. In 3D form, they're probably wearing catcher suits, sets in the wards, they're wearing bow ties, I said to myself, God damn, they won an award? Yeah, this has got to be the best, I'm not saying the greatest animated movies of all time. There's been plenty of anime movies, over the decade to stand up to be the best. It's one of the best. Growing up, DreamWorks. The one nitpick about DreamWorks over the years, I compare it to the DC extended universe. They're trying to copy. They try too hard to emulate what Marvel did in 2008. The MCU movies. Iron Man, the first two Iron Man movies, and Thor and Captain America, and the first Avengers movie. They're trying to copy what they did, but it didn't pan out that well. But this is towards DreamWorks. They're trying to emulate what Pixar did in the 90s, with the first two Toy Story movies, then Bug Life, then, Monsters Inc., that'll be months later after Shrek comes out. I think it comes out in November. I'm planning to do a Pixar movie review series, in the future. That'll take me forever, man, but I think there was 18 movies they did over the last, 26 years. I'm not keen on the latest movies. They're kind of just eh. That's just me. What's the point? I'm getting old and 27. So anyway, let's get back to talking about Shrek. The voice actors. I'm not talking about throughout the whole characters of the movie, just the main characters of this film, Mike Myers voicing Shrek, because for the original, they were planning to do this movie in the 90s. I think it was the early 90s or the mid 90s, somewhere about 94, 95, 96, and Chris Farley was the original voice actor to voice Shrek. Unfortunately, he passed away, so they kind of put the production on hold, and then Mike Myers was cast as Shrek because his career was on the rise after, I think, his first he appeared in I never knew he's been on SNL. I know I thought he appeared in SNL during the 2000s, but he did it in the 90s, that was 89, I think his first movie kind of put him on the map was Wayne's World. He did the first two Wayne's World movies, and then he did the Austin Powell movies from 1999, and I think they did one in 2001, 2003. And it's a shame how his career like fall off the wagon. I don't want to get into it. And then also you had Eddie Murphy's voice as Donkey. And also like Mike Myers. You know, I think there's rumors like he pitched the whole idea to have Shrek speaking in a Scottish accent because he's from Canada. I never knew he's from Canada. I thought he's from America, Mike Myers, but no, he's from Canada. You know, I'm glad, you know, otherwise it's not that memorable because Shrek is one of the best characters of pulp culture. You got Donkey, voiced by Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is one of my favorite actors growing up, as you know, because I've seen one or twice of his movies over the years, like you know, in live action, and I think he did once or twice doing voice like Donkey, Mushu, you know, in that Mulan movie. Yeah, I've seen that Mulan movie. I think it appeared in the first movie and the second movie. You know, very rare to do. I don't think he's done it ever since. It's a shame how Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy's career went down the cliff. I don't know, man. It's just like, you know, maybe it's personal problems. Why it hurt his like the status. I like the chemistry between Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy because in the first half of the movie, Shrek and Donkey, they're not on the right page, the same page. You know, like the cat because Donkey's so annoying. He's a bit of a chatterbox. You know, and you know one scene like he's shouting. You know, he's like roaring. You know, it's not working. And then Donkey says, "You need some Tic Tacs. Your breath stinks." And then, you know, the one this was like after like he chased up, really scared off like Farquaad's guards, and he's putting his hand on his mouth, and I really like it. And also I like the onion discussion. This was like after they went through going to Duloc to confront Farquaad to get the fairy tale creatures off Shrek's land. He had the onion topic. It says ogres are like onions. Do they smell? Yes, no. Do they cry? Do you know? Yeah, you leave them out of the sun, they spray out a little brown hairs. You know, ogres have layers. Onions have layers. Both got layers. And then Donkey says, cakes. Everyone likes cakes. You know, because he said like not everyone likes onions. Like cakes. Everyone likes cakes. Cakes have layers. I don't care what people likes. Ogres are not like cakes. And I think it's about pot fate. I'm talking about Donkey here. And then, you know, you kind of shout, says, "No, you irritating piece of burden. Ogres are like onions." End of story. Bye bye. See you later. I like that. And also, you know, he kicked him out because he's about to let him in his house. Says, "Can I stay with you?" "What? Can I stay with you, please?" "Of course." "Really?" No, don't. Please, I don't want to go back here. You don't want to like what is considered to be a freak. And then also he let him out. He let him in the house. Said, "Oh, we're gonna stay out late, swapping mountain stories in the morning. I'm making waffles." And Shrek's reaction go, "Grrr!" I like that. And also from Shrek 2, you know, did the "Are you there yet?" Kind of like that. You know, Mike Myers nailed the character pretty damn well. So yeah, and also the friend at this moment of time in this movie, they're kind of lonely. You know, they had this like bonding time later on in the movie. They were a camper on the stars. I think Shrek says, "I want to build a wall around the swamp," and also said about like it's not the world against me. It's not me against the world. It's the world against me. And he said, Egg, run, big stupid ugly ogre. He said like he judges me. They judges me before they get to know me. I'm better off alone. I feel sorry. You both are like lonely because Shrek and Donkey have friends because in the start of the movie, we'll get to the mob bit shortly, but the Donkey almost got traded in by Farquaad's men because stopping like the fairy tale creatures, so Shrek's not Shrek, Donkey's owner is like this old woman. This is please give me another chance. I'm not. I will not be stubborn ever again. And I got a talking donkey. Talking donkey. It's like, so he kind of not to talk, and he kind of slap him. Because the lady, the guard thinks the donkey's owner is crazy, and she did this bad mimicking of donkey's voice. Like, I can talk. I love to talk. I'm the talkest thing I ever saw. And also, they did a reference of wrestling and Disney. I kind of like that, with I don't talk about Easter eggs when I'm reviewing movies. So after like she was about to get taken away, she kind of kicked out like there was like I think it was a box of pixie ducks. Yeah, it's a reference of Peter Pan. And then I think Donkey did like a reference to Dumbo. It says, I can fly. And you got this boy, I'm guessing that's Peter Pan, who's dressed in green. And you got one of Farquaad's men. We'll get to the voice actor, Lord Farquaad. He said, he can talk. That's right, fool. I am a flying talking donkey. I don't think you said it. You never seen you seen a pixie fly. You seen a. I don't think you said an elephant fly. You imagine they said elephant fly? Fuck, they referenced donkey. Not donkey, Dumbo, sorry. You say you see a super fly, you ever seen a fairy fly, you never seen a donkey fly. I kinda like that. And also, let's get to Lord Farquaad. Actually, let's talk about Cameron Diaz, character. Her character is Princess Fiona. I think at this moment in time, Cameron Diaz, I think to this day she's gained success. She's success in the My Best Friend's Wedding and the Charlie Angel movies in the late 90s going into the 2000s, her character, in the beginning parts of the character, she was kind of a bit bossy, and then you could tell, like, the developing feelings between her and Shrek, because, by the way, I named my cat, who sadly passed away this summer, due to cancer. You can tell, like, they're developing, like, that feelings between each other. Like, there's one scene, like, giving, Shrek give Fiona, like, I think it was cotton candy, kind of turned the cobwebs of a spider into cotton candy, candy floss, and also blowing creatures into balloons, like, you turn the frog and the snake like balloons. I kind of like that. And giving her, wee rats, and also she's kind of cursed because she's kind of hiding her secret because she turned into an ogre. We'll get to more later on in this review. So, and also we got John Lithgow, I think that's his name, voicing Lord Farquaad. In my opinion, I think he is the worst. I think he's the weakest villain out of the Shrek movies. He's just very weak in my opinion. Just like his motives. Let's talk about the motives of the villains of Shrek. I'll get to the sequels in the future. Like in Shrek 2, the main villain of the film was the fairy godmother, voiced by Jennifer Saunders. Her motive is basically driving a wedge between the marriage of Shrek and Fiona. In Shrek the Third, the main villain is Prince Charming. I think he wants revenge on Shrek because he didn't really kill his mom. His mom got turned into liquid, but some do happily ever after. And then in the fourth movie, Rupert Everett who voices Prince Charming, and then in the fourth movie, it was Uncle Rumpelstiltskin. Can't pronounce his name. I think his motive is basically getting rid of Shrek. Basically get rid of Shrek. Because Shrek went into an alternate universe. He did not save the day. Never met like Donkey, Fiona. That's the motive. Because I think Farquaad's motive is becoming king. But he's he's not really leaning towards villain. I'm gonna use a wrestling term here. He's not leaning towards heel. He's kind of weak. He got eaten by the dragon. Anyway, so you can tell Fiona's her curse. She was an ogre. That was happening at night because her curse will be broken if she get kissed by her first true love kiss. If she get kissed, the curse is be broken. But you can tell like when Shrek and Fiona kiss in the end, she's not turned back to her human self. She turned human self in the second movie. That's another future movie review for another time. But you can tell like it. I think she was kind of like an ogre forever, because Shrek is her true love. Because Farquaad is not. I don't think Farquaad cares about love. He cares about being king. Anyway, let's talk about the wrestling reference in this movie, because Shrek and Donkey went to Duloc, and I like they had the Duloc song, and also Donkey did the all, he did, and also like, like I say, he pissed off Shrek in this movie, like the onion bit, and also, Shrek was about to head home, he's talking. And he keeps singing, he sings "You Got Half Best Friends," and then later on he sings "On the Road Again." It's like, I think he's on the road again. I kind of like that, and also he let him to his house. Says, Donkey says, "Can I stay with you?" And Shrek says, "What? Can I stay with you, please?" And Shrek says, "Of course." Donkey says, "Really?" And Shrek says, "No, please don't let me out. You don't like what considered to be a freak, and you kind of you gotta let me stay, please. Okay, for one night." And he kind of went inside. He basically went inside. He says, "We're gonna stay up late, swapping manly stories, and manly stories, and then in the morning, I'm making waffles." And that Shrek's reaction, he goes, "Grr!" I like that, and also from Shrek 2, the "Are We There Yet?" That was just fucking funny. You could tell like. And also, you can tell like Shrek had feelings between Shrek had feelings between Fiona, like trying to give her flowering, basically giving her, she's holding like two sunflowers, and trying to explain how he feels, and you kind of misheard of what Donkey and Fiona says. They're not talking about him. He's talking about her because she's cursed. You can tell like he kind of lashed out towards Fiona and Donkey says, I want to stay with you. You're not coming home with me. You're not coming home with me. I'm trying to remember the dialogue that well, but you're not coming home with me. I live alone. My swamp. Me. Nobody else. And I think he called Donkey a useless, pathetic, annoying talking donkey. Yeah, he's just basically pissed off. You can tell they're very like lonely because Donkey doesn't have any friends, Shrek doesn't have any friends. It's just like, and also Donkey went back, trying to reason with Shrek, and also let's talk about the Duloc song. That was kind of funny. Like I'm gonna read it out. Duloc is a perfect town. We got some rules to straight line. What's it called? Don't wave. Do not wave. Stay in line. Get along. We'll be fine. Keep off the grass. Wipe your shoes. Wipe your face. I almost say ass, but they say ass in this movie. Because it's a kids movie. It's just what it is. And also, Donkey did humming that Duloc song. He's like, right, you're in for a slap bottom. But he said that, they say ass, I don't know, I don't really give a shit about, swearing, it's got ass, but it's what it is, but anyway, so, yeah, they did reference of pro wrestling, because at this one time, way back in 2001, in the start of the 2000s, wrestling was starting to get popular, in the WWF side, but in, WCW, ECW was on its downfall, but wrestling was an all-time high compared to 20 years now, but, Shrek, fighting the, basically Farquaad's mission for the Knights rescue Princess Fiona, because and also he kind of ignored what the mirror says, also the reason why I like this movie, because of, combining medieval to the modern day stuff, it's kind of worked. He's about to say, I gotta tell you what happens at night, after sunset, it's like silence, and also, he really doesn't tolerate, fairy tale creatures. And also there's one scene where he's torturing Gingy, one of his legs broken. He crushed one of his legs. Yeah, he did he kind of he did like run fast as you can catch me. I am the gingerbread man. And also, yeah, you also got the kid. You got like the fairy tale creatures in Shrek's swamp, his land, like the three blind mice. Sorry, stumbling, but yeah, the three blind mice and the dwarfs from Snow White and the big bad wolf sleeping in his bed. You know, I put up signs. I live in the swamp. I'm a terrifying ogre. What I need some privacy because he just want to be. I think he's so stubborn because people just judged him of being an ogre. And then I think Donkey says, "Don't look at me. I didn't fight him." And then Pinocchio says, "Gosh, nobody fight us because we got forced to come here. By who? Lord Farquaad. And also, can you tell?" And Shrek says, "Can you tell where this Farquaad guy is?" And Donkey says, "Oh, I know who he is. Can someone else know who he is?" Basically, because he doesn't want to pull up with Donkey, you know, it's kind of like you can tell they're developing this friendship because it's kind of worked. And also, yeah, I like the dragon bit was fun to watch. You know, developing a relationship. Not just in this movie, it's not developing the relationship for Shrek and Fiona. It's also developing the relationship between Donkey, and the dragon. Because in the I think they kind of had their problems in the second movie. You know, get to Shrek 2 in the future, but I think the dragon appeared in the post-credits scene of the second movie, and in Shrek and Donkey has like children. You know, they had Donkey. They're kind of like half donkey, half dragon. You know, and then they also appeared in the third movie. You know because the girl. I think that dragon looks black. I'm not being racist. It's just what it is. You can tell like the dragon's flirting with Donkey. Donkey's kind of resisting, but you can tell like developing feelings. They're not like kissing or having sex, but it's just what it is. And also, you know, like you can tell like Fiona's character. You know, she's kind of like this, not just this damsel in distress, but you can tell like in the scene like being Robin Hood and his merry man. Why do they Robin Hood French? He's from Nottingham. Not Nottingham. Is it Fretchley? I can't remember. You know, I know Robin Hood is, but he beat the fuck out of she beat the fuck out of Robin Hood and the Merry Man. That's Fiona. You know, you can tell like he wants to kiss Shrek. Shrek has sorry, I froze a little bit, but he had wearing like armor gear, you know, the helmet and shin pads. And it's funny that when the dragon from like breathed fire, it's not really, you never killed Shrek. Shrek was covered in like not soot, you know, like ash, and yeah, he had the whole stuff like please take it off, no, now, and also they talk shit towards Farquaad's height. And by the way, Farquaad's voice actor was voiced by John Lithgow. Lithgow, that's his name. He's also an established actor in Hollywood. No, I'm not really familiar with him. My two first exposure of his films was this movie and Daddy's Home, the second movie from what year was that? I think it was 2016, 2015. I can't remember. It's one with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell and John Cena, the Christmas one. But besides that, not really familiar. I'm not being negative and just what it is. Not for some of these voice actors. Some I know, others not so much. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. So they basically talk shit about his heights. You know, yeah. Shrek says, you know, men like Farquaad are simply short supply. Basically short of supply. I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm stumbling. But Donkey says. All those I think are little of him. I kind of laughed at that. You know, it's just a dig towards Lord Farquaad. So yeah, I like the dragon bits. You know, saving Fiona and Donkey. You know, holding you got Shrek carrying Donkey in one arm and Fiona in the other arm, and Donkey says, "Hi, princess," you know, and Fiona says, "He can talk." It's and Shrek says it's it's getting him to shut up. That's the trick. I kind of laughed at that. It's like a lot of tricks and insults. And also the slide, Shrek slide in the slide part of the castle, and there was a like gap between the slide. It kind of hits him on the balls. That kind of funny. It's just what it is. I think I covered most of it. So, Farquaad got in by the dragon. Says, I want order. I want order. I, you know, I'm gonna have, and I try to remember so much. And also when, you got the prison guard. You trying to arrest Shrek and Fiona. I think the Farquaad says, "I'll make you the day regret we met." Basically, regret the day we met because they met in because they set up the tournament. Let's get to the. I didn't talk about much about that pro wrestling reference. He did a lot of wrestling moves like Shrek did like some clotheslines, some drop kicks. He kind of locked one of the knights in full Nelson. And Donkey said, "Tag me, Shrek, tag him." And also there was a female in the crowd says, "Hit him with a chair," and he did. And also I think he hit him with a tombstone power driver and an ankle lock. Because I feel that's referencing Undertaker and at the time Kurt Angle. Yeah, you can referencing Ken Shamrock because he did the ankle lock first before Kurt Angle did it. Anyway, so and also he said about like, let's get back to when the swamp, the fairy tale creatures went to Shrek's land, and when Donkey says it wasn't. Why you look at me? I didn't fight them. And Pinocchio says, we got forced to come here. When the torture scene between Gingy and Farquaad he said, "Tell me where are the others." I'm guessing 100% that I think Donkey, is the one behind this because like I said, I think he's lonely. He wants some company, But so yeah, Farquaad dig towards Shrek. When him and Fiona met. It said like don't waste your good manners on an ogre. It's not like it has manners. It's kind of like a bit hurtful because Shrek has some feelings. He has some dignity. He just wants some respect, and he's like people just throwing it back in his face. It's just kind of like it's bad for him. So I think I covered most of it. Yeah, and also let's talk about the songs of this movie. I like it. I like "Hey Now You're the Rock Star." Yeah, I'm gonna talk about one beginning scene with the mob. They're going towards Shrek's house, and Shrek was behind the mob, and the mob says, "Let's get him." No, he's gonna grind your bones in his bread. No, technically that's for a giant. As for ogres, they are worse. They'll make a soup from your peely skin. They shave your liver, squeeze your jelly between your eyes. That's good on toast. I kind of like that. And did the raw, and he whispered one of the mob's ear, says, "This is your part when you run away," and then kind of run away. It's kind of like, it's just what it is. He kind of embraced it, but you can tell he's getting sick of it. And then in the next few sequels, you can tell like people are starting to get respect to Shrek becoming his friend. And by the time in the fourth movie, you can tell he went into the ultimate universe that he's not got respect. He never saved the day. Get to Shrek forever. Was it forever after? We'll get to the fourth movie in the future. I'm not waiting another 20 years. That'll be what, 2030? 2030. I'm not waiting that long. That'll be in the future. Let's talk about the songs in this movie. You got "Hey There, You're a Rock Star." I like that. "I'm a Believer" and "On the Way." That's sung by the Proclaimers. And this is from the end credits. The end credits. Sorry, I'm burping, but the end credits. Yeah, they had the song called "I Want to Stay Home Today." I like that. I think you can probably find it on YouTube. Shrek soundtracks. It's really good. That's the reason why people praise this movie that well. It's like 20 years today. Not 20 years today, but 20 years on. It's one of the best film out there. But I used to have the DVD of the movie. I think it's broken. I can't find it. It also had the karaoke scene. Yeah, they had the karaoke bit. They were singing. You got the characters singing like who lets the dogs out, and Farquaad was inside the dragon, says, "Staying alive, staying alive." Dance to the music. Um, and, uh, and you got the with Robin Hood and his merry men singing YMCA. You know, it's just like I kind of like it. You can probably find a copy of it. Just I don't think you can probably find it on Blu-ray, but you can probably just find a normal DVD copy of the film. I think that's it. I think I'm missing something. And also the one scene I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, they did a reference of Snow White. You know, Fiona and the bird sing, end up blowing the bird. You know, you kind of explode. Her singing kind of blow up the bird, the blue bird. They did it again. He did it again in the end credits of Shrek Forever Ever when the goose. It's kind of it's a callback to the first movie. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think I covered most of it. Yeah, I think I did. If I miss if I missed something, I think 1 second, folks. I think I most of it. Yeah, I'll probably give it. I don't really. I kind of give up doing the star rating for my movie reviews. I planned to do it in the first few movie reviews of Marvel I did early this year, but I kind of stopped it. I give it. I'll probably give it 10 out of 10. It's more of a biased thing because it's one of my favorite movies growing up. It's really funny. Like the Shrek movies take 3 years because the first movie started in 2001, the second movie was released in 2004, the third movie was released in 2007, and the fourth movie was released in 2010. But yeah, they did once every 3 years. Like Toy Story, I don't know, it spanned out decades, but like the first Toy Story movie was released in 1995. The second one was 4 years later in 1999, and you won't see another Toy Story movie until 2010, 11 years later, and then the fourth movie in 2019. And yeah, they did four movies, and I think they're doing the Lightyear movie. That's a spin-off to the Toy Story movie. I know it's canon. That Lightyear movie that comes out next year. That's I'm looking forward to that because I'm planning to review. I'm gonna redo reviewing Toy Story 1 in the future because the reason why I'm doing that because I think they did it because it was the 25th anniversary of that movie back in 2020. But I'm planning to do a Pixar movie review series in the future. So I think Shrek is the best franchise out of the DreamWorks universe. In the anime department. They also do like non-anime movies. Live action stuff. But I'm not a big fan of the Madagascar movies. I've seen the first movie. Don't give a shit about the second one. Same as the third one. It's the point I was getting old. I'm not a big fan of How You Train Your Own Dragons. Yeah, they did a cartoon, but sorry. Shark Tale I like. People don't like it because I think people kind of misunderstand that movie. But looking back, if you watch it, I think it was a not too bad movie, Shark Tale. And I like Monster vs. Aliens, the B movie. It's just what it is. Like I said, they're trying to emulate the success of Pixar. Unfortunately, that's not really the case. So, like I said earlier, I like the combining, the Shrek movies combining medieval times to modern days. Really good. So yeah, I suggest watching Shrek. Shrek 1. I might review Shrek 2 in the future. Next week I'm reviewing Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter movie, because I think this month marks the 20 years anniversary of the first movie. That's next week, and probably I'm planning to review Hunchback of Notre Dame, the first movie. I'm not watching the second movie. I just don't give two fucks about it, but it's just what it is. So I think if I miss a scene from Shrek, I'm talking about the first movie, just write down in the comment section below. It's just what it is. It's like trying to cramming all scenes and moments in this movie review. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed my review of Shrek. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the bell, Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is Central Man officially signing out. Check you later. Yeah, that's my review of Shrek. And this is a 2 thumbs up of a movie.